What the fuck is up, y'all? I am Fatz King, and this is Anatomy of an Album. This is my passion show under the Do It for the Underground umbrella, where I am lucky enough to talk to some of my favorite artists about some of their past or present works. Today, I am joined by, let's just say it, fucking underground legend himself, Joe Black.
What's up, cunts?
Oh man, I'm so fucking stoked that you are here to do this. Before we get into the album and all that shit, Joey has a special story he wants to share with everybody.
I
Got
do.
it around, kids.
About 2 weeks ago, my fucking nutsack exploded. I don't know what happened. I had a night to myself, so I figured I would bust out the fucking Milkmaster 5000, and I did, and I used it. And well, I went to dump out the contents in the sink to clean it. I noticed that my semen was a bit nothing but fucking blood. And personally, I have a huge aversion to blood myself. If I can walk by a fucking person having a nosebleed, and I'll fucking faint like a cartoon bitch in love. And needless to say, I didn't handle it well. But I was all by myself, so like, what do I do? Call 911 and tell them I'm fucking jizzing blood? Nah, so I just took it on the chin, and then I think the next day I had to go to the church, and I remember telling Bill about it, all freaked out and shit, but like nothing was like really hurting or nothing at that point. So I was just, gonna come into the Milkmaster again in a couple of days and see what's up. Before I could do that, my nuts started like just malfunctioning, man. Like one of them turned into like a fucking potato. It was just all bad. So fucking finally I'm like, look, I explained what's happening to Alyssa, and I'm like, I think I got blue balls because my nuts hurt real bad. And I was like, I'm gonna wear a condom, and then you're gonna help me out, and then I'm gonna fucking investigate the contents of the condom. And she's like, all right. Well, needless to say, it didn't go good. My nuts just completely freaked all the fucking way out. I ran into the bathroom and I looked down, and I swear my fucking nuts looked like a gunslinger holding two potatoes. Like the fucking angle was just all wrong. My nuts were like pointed forward, and they were like up on my belt line. So I'm like, all right. So we go to the hospital, and fucking I have to like tell this dude what's wrong, and I'm like all stuttering because I mean my nuts just exploded, dude. I'm like, I'm not in my right mind. I'm trying to explain to the dude like under my breath like what's going on without the fucking 7,000 people in the lobby hearing it, and somehow I say there's fucking blood in my jizz or jizz in my blood. Yeah, I was like, there's some fucking jizz in my blood, dude. I'm freaking out. And, to be fair, he's seen like how bad I was freaking out. Like they got me right in. So it was on to talk to fucking Dr. Tickle Touch. So this dude's like, look, man, I got to see your nuts. I'm sorry. And I'm like, all right, I'm trying to like pull my pants down like to the right amount and pull the tumorous, lecherous nutsack out so he can investigate it. But my fucking phone's in my pocket, and it's like an anchor, just drops my underwear and my fucking pants to the fucking ground. I'm already like super embarrassed and freaked out. This is one of the worst nights of my adult life. And this dude just starts laughing at me. And then like I look down to see my nutsack in the light for the first time since I was like 12 years old, back when I would like water it and shit, trying to get fucking hair to grow. I swear to God, it was like when you look at your reflection when you're on acid. My nutsack was all like yellow and discolored and fucked up looking. I was like, oh God, I'm dying. This is fucking terrible. But yeah, he did his thing, and he was like, look, man, I can tell by the fucking look of your nutsack, it's not right.
You don't fucking say.
Yeah, I know. And he was like, shit's all tangled up. My cum cord's tangled up. My fucking testicles were like tethered together up by my fucking belt line. It was fucking hell. But it's been about 4 days. I came a little bit into a sock last night, a black sock. Don't want to ruin my white ones. And yeah, it wasn't too bloody. It was more of a fucking rust color. But luckily, no one was here to hear me fucking whimper and cry for the rest of the night. But yeah, I'm gonna go get my nuts sonared Monday. Oh yeah, there's also like I have like 4 fucking like stalactites growing off the bottom of my left nut. So I had to go get sonared and make sure that's not cancerous. But yeah, they're hurting a lot less and shit today. I'm like able to walk around and shit. I'm feeling a lot better. I'm actually in a really good mood.
How's that for fucking horrorcore, motherfuckers? That's the scariest fucking thing I've ever heard.
Oh, there's like part 2 and 3 still. I'm gonna leave that for the next interviews. Also, I have the fucking house alone again tonight, so I'm probably gonna bust out the Milkmaster and see where things go. I might need to turn the suction down or something. I might have just like turned my shit inside out. I got
Maybe you maybe
the
you should
suck
just
master.
stop for one night.
I only do this whenever I have the house to myself. It doesn't happen all that much.
I guess to get this fucking train wreck off the tracks and back onto the wreck, we're here to talk about Head of Horns with Joe Black.
What?
That was a fucking journey. Holy
Oh, we were
shit.
talking about my bloody nuts for an hour and a half. My head of horns. What?
Yeah, no, we can't do that. I mean, we could try, but I don't think it's going to get as many hits. Fuck, maybe it will. But I'm going to get the first question out of the way, man. How did you guys go from Maniacs to Alla Xul Elu? Like, how did you get that, the bridge between one to the other? Like, how did you look up the fucking words, the Sumerian meaning, all that shit? Like, whose fucking idea was that? Was that yours? Was it Bill's? Was it?
It was mine and Mr. Hickman's. I had this super fucking cool history teacher. He didn't like give me the name or nothing, but he was like, I would always stay after school and talk to Mr. Hickman about like serial killers and antichrists and the occult and whatnot. And yeah, he fucking showed me the whole world of Sumerian black magic, and he had like a little like dialogue card to like help you like speak the language to master the vowels, because their vowels are different. And yeah, I knew we had to change our name because like some other maniacs and shit started popping up, and I wanted to keep the axe, so I decided to make an acronym with AXE, and yes, the Sumerian shit just made it really fucking easy.
And that was immediately, like, as soon as you heard it, that was what you decided on, Gods of Evil Rise?
Well, I wanted to keep the acronym, so I went through that like little dialect book thing, and I just like picked words to the letters, and yeah, Gods of Evil Rise pretty much just wrote itself.
That's so fucking cool. And that's so dope that you had a teacher show you that. Hey, kids, teachers too, be cool to your fucking students. They'll make up some dope ass shit if you do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if he's still alive. I hope he is. Yeah, shout out to Mr. Hickman if you're out there by chance not listening to this.
If you happen to be like one in a fucking million chance. This is from Robbie. He wanted me to ask this one. How did you guys decide on the Skinner for the imagery?
That was all Bill, dude. I have no idea. You'd have to ask him.
Oh, sorry, Robbie. That's a Bill question. Can't help you with that one.
Fuck you, Robbie.
Right, so this is one that I wanted to touch on, and we go all the way back to this one, and this takes us all the way to the Mikey Clark album that just released. This album was the first time we ever heard the mention of God is in the gun or anything to that nature.
And this is but a body, Joe is but a name, salvation's in the bullet, sin is in the brain, God is in the gun, and not to be stingy. Take anyone that I love with me. God is in the bullet, sin is in the brain. Everything you love, it'll never be the same. God is in the bullet, sin is in the brain. Everything you love, it'll never be the same.
Where did you fucking come up with all of that?
It's gonna take a little bit of a dark turn here, but there's a suicide curse in my family. Basically on both sides of my family, had a lot of uncles take themselves out. And I used to have, problems with that shit myself back in the days when I was younger, like trying to understand the whole thing, because I had an uncle that was like real influential on me that blew his fucking head off. And so like,
sorry,
no, that's all good. I was like 11 or 12, and it kind of just like put my brain into that way of thinking. And I kind of looked at it like fucking, people can't like stop themselves from being evil, so they pop themselves, So like, the fucking God is in the bullet, you know what I mean? God is in the gun, fucking sin is in the brain, and the only way to really kill it is to, pop yourself.
Wow. I kind of got the gist of it, but to hear it from your words, that is really fucking deep, man.
Yeah, I've had a fucking strange life, dude, for sure.
That's the only way you end up doing what you're doing. So this is another thing. This is a comparison of mine, and I've talked about this with Keegan Grimm, and I mentioned this with Mr. Carver. What I feel like bands like you, Low Key, Triple MFD, it's a refinement of what's come before. So if ICP, Esham, Twisted, whatever, if that's Ozzy, if that's Black Sabbath, if that's Deep Purple, you guys, your corner of this genre is more like death metal. And what I mean by that is it's driving, it's more forceful. The subject matter, though it's shared, is presented in a more graphic and descriptive fashion. How does it feel to be one of the founders of this kind of a style?
It feels good, knowing that I'm going to burn in hell for this shit. For my influence on the world, and considering that like it's a very niche whatever fucking market or genre, I'm gonna burn in hell for very little fucking shillings.
Yeah, you're not even gonna get the 30 silver that Judas got.
No, I mean, after I die, I'm sure like I'm gonna fucking blow up, much like my predecessors, Lovecraft and Poe and Bierce and people like that. But I accepted that shit a long time ago, that like this shit, we probably really won't see the fruits of our labor until we're fucking dead. Because people don't really appreciate this style of shit or these kind of people that we are until, death.
Kind of, yeah. Same with like G.G. Allen and a few other acts where they like you said, they weren't appreciated while they were alive, and they're considered geniuses and pioneers once they hit the ground. That's kind of fucked up that we can't enjoy something for what it is until it's gone.
I definitely don't consider G.G. Allen a genius.
I mean, I'm not going to say it either, but some have.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I kind of feel like I'm like the G.G. Allen Poe of fucking.
that's a great fucking. That's a great way of turning that shit. Just please don't start wiping poop on yourself on stage.
Well, no, I've just been waiting for a secret weapon, and now I got this bloody dick. I'm gonna fucking. G.G. Allen.
One of the biggest things about this album is there's a bedrock here of what I call Xul lore, from the intro to the shit in between. Like, was this all you? Did you create this story that you guys have started telling like right now or to here? You know what I mean?
I'm sure I laid the groundwork on it, but anything that we do now is definitely a collaborative effort. But yeah, like the Lovecraft angles and shit, though. Yeah, for sure.
When you were coming up with the mythology for specifically the intro,
I kept looking in the night visions, and behold, two beasts dreadful and terrifying. They had large iron teeth, devouring and crushing, trampling down the remainder with their feet.
Was that you? Did Bill write that? Did both of you write that? Was because like I love those kind of fucking stories, like you said, Lovecraft and shit like that. Yes,
exactly. Oh, that was all Bill, dude. I know that was definitely influenced by the Bible for sure.
These horns possessed eyes like the eyes of man, and mouths uttering great boasts.
This album, it goes past just being wicked shit. It is so dark and morbid, but it tells a fantastic story, like with Letters to Hell and things like that. When you were recording this, did you do anything differently than you'd already done before? Did you approach this in any kind of different way? Did you look at this as some kind of an attempt at a major rebranding?
Oh, for sure. Yeah, dude. It was definitely an attempt at rebranding. It was honestly just plain and simple a fucking resurrection, because most of you know about the Maniac shit and all that, and then we went into a hiatus because, like, I don't know, we just really weren't making the impact that we were wanting to. And honestly, I had no plans on ever coming back to music at all. I thought it was completely done. So like when I reflect back on it now, it is pretty crazy, especially after I broke my leg and went through all that shit and I couldn't walk forever. And I definitely thought it was over after that, for sure, because like we hadn't did anything since like 2008, 2009, and then 2011 my fucking life changed in a horrible fucking way forever. And I definitely didn't think that I would ever be rapping again, at least not ever performing live again, for sure. But here we are. It's fucking crazy.
I wish I would have listened to benediction. The suicide addiction, no religion, superstition, and sin was my addiction. So these are burden, we're just worms in the oven. And just as turn this up, it's now turning in my stomach. There's no time down here. And turning these in estimate, no blessings in no testament. It's burning in my excrement. Falling throughout the beach. Glowing and glowing and mashing the beat. My shadows even burning, I really behind me. While the sea of maggots is rising. For the right letter to the ones we love. Reading in the book, it's someone else's love. From hell, my letters, from hell, my letters,
when you step back away from something, like you said, it was horrible experiences that got you here. Do you feel like you took that into the booth with you?
Yeah, pretty much. Because like in my mind, I'm always like climbing a fucking mountain to do any goddamn thing in this shit. Because like, I'm not built for this, dude. Fucking not at all. I can't see. Fucking, I got speech impediments. I can barely fucking walk. Pretty much like all the key skills you need to be good or succeed in this shit, I'm fucking lacking. Not to mention being insane and having no social skills don't help either.
You mentioned that like you have a speech impediment, but you found a way to turn that almost into a trademark of your specific style. Like, did you always fucking think that was something you were going to do, or did you try to cover it in the beginning?
Definitely try to cover it. To this day, I still do. When I write a verse, I gotta write it, and then like that takes like an hour, and then like I gotta spend like 8 hours trying to like figure out how to not sound like fucking a retarded Daffy Duck as I'm rapping it.
Like I said, I feel like it adds a specific you to any verse or thing you perform on. This was before you guys had the church, right? Where did you record this?
Bill's house. Everything was in Bill's bedroom, going all the way back to the first song I ever remember recording. Or no, the first song I ever recorded was with Diabolic Nate Kreckler in his garage. It was called Bottle of Bones. Another rapper from Aberdeen, Ohio, named Fat Bastard actually was like, hey, I got this concept in this beat, and I don't want to do horrorcore or something along those lines. This is 30 fucking years ago. I don't remember. But he was like, here, man, do something with it. And I did. Wrote Bottle of Bones, and then formed Maniacs with old Nate Kreckler.
That was when you were still going under Holy Horror.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. And that was all recorded in it wasn't Nate's garage. I'm sorry. This is all like 25 fucking years ago, dude. You gotta bear with me. I've consumed a lot of fucking weed drugs since then. It was actually in a
Same.
old school homie named Josh Large's garage. I remember he had these little fucking demonic ass nephews, and they kept hitting me with shit when I was trying to fucking record my verse.
So you were going by Holy Horror at a point. How did you come up with the Joe Black name and the J13 signature? I fucking love that, by the way.
Well, my life has just been a compilation of just bad luck and horror stories, and I've just always kind of had like bad luck to the point where I just embraced it as a young kid. Like the number 13 became like a lucky charm to me, and like I've always been like I said, I found my uncle. My uncle committed suicide when I was real young. It just kind of like fucked me up, and it put me like down a weird, morbid mind state path. And then my first brush with death, though, like death is just, I don't know, I never really feared it. I always just kind of accepted it. And he became like how people like look to God for comfort. Death was always kind of like a comfort to me, because I don't know, life's always been stressful and just hard. And even as a young kid, I kind of saw death as the fucking way out, the great escape. So I've always kind of fucking just represented the mouthpiece of death. And then the whole movie Joe Black, it was just perfect, because people would call me Joe Black, but way before I ever saw that movie. I'm sure before it even came out. I'm not sure when it was released. Yeah, I always wore black, and my name's Joe. So fucking excellent movie, by the way.
Am I going to die? Yes.
I believe we've talked about the album a little bit enough. Let's talk about the actual songs. I pinpointed 5. That was fucking hard, by the way. Limiting this down to 5 that I wanted to talk about, because I want to talk about them fucking all, but we don't have that kind of time. So before I actually talk about the songs, you shared an embarrassing story. It's my turn. Our first interaction, first time I ever met you at all. The night before, I had a head full of acid, and I was at the Parish video shoot, and it was a great fucking time. The next day at the hotel, I was walking through, just befuddled from doing a whole bunch of psychedelics the night before, and I see a guy who looks like he should have been at the video. Fuck, I even see he has some AXE tats. And I get a little closer, and I'm like, hey man, were you at the video shoot? And lo and behold, it was Joe Black. And I asked this man if he was at his own video shoot, and that was our first interaction.
Then I punched you in the nuts and told you to suck it.
Yep, and then I hit the ground and I sold it for you.
Then his nuts started bleeding. It was like the fucking scene on was it Billy Madison when the kid pisses in the fucking bus?
but it was blood. This is the fucking bloody nuts hour, motherfuckers. You didn't know. The first song I want to talk about is Crawling. This is literally the first song I ever heard from you guys. It was the first one I ever heard live at New Year's Evil 2017. It was the craziest fucking thing ever, man. The lights went red, and you and Bill and Lee were at these pulpits, and this fucking beat started playing, man. And like I said, I've never seen anything like it in my life. This fucking song it's one of my favorites from you guys, first and foremost.
Who you call upon? Who you praying to? All my life I feel I'm crawling just to make it through. I don't think you wanna go, I'ma take us to. I don't think you wanna go.
How was it recording this? Were you the first one to write this? Like, how did this happen?
No, I'm sure I'm never the first one to write shit, fucking ever. No, it's definitely a concept. One of the best concepts to this day, I think Bill's came up with is Crawling. Actually, I don't really remember recording that per se, but I do remember before I recorded it being really, really apprehensive about doing that song because I don't know, it just wasn't rappy enough. My verse wasn't. I felt like I still feel that way today, and I think Bill does too. I think Bill's actually commented like, you should have rapped more. You know that shit.
I feel like I have to disagree because some of the wordplay on the "you better choose a side before it's too late," that whole selection, that is it's very fucking good.
They say that I'm a sinner. They say I'm Satan's host. I'm going to hell, they're going to heaven. That's what they suppose. All the while they dance around the fire with the paper souls, calmly confusing you with the chaos that they control. They want a revolution, afterwards they burn the rebels. But when your life is hell, I guess that you can choose your devils. You better choose a side before it's too late, or try suicide. That's the great escape.
I remember that fucking time frame well though in life. I remember I was always like super religious, man. Growing up, I went to Christian, like an actual like Christian cult school. Fucking, there's a giant sex scandal, a giant brawl broke out, all kinds of shit. Typical Christian school fare. But I was always a real firm believer in God, man, and I started having a lot of problems with my faith around that time. I started kind of like really seeing Christians as the enemy and shit. I know that verse is like geared toward Christianity and like paper mache Christians with their fucking shitty ways.
Yeah, and their paper souls like that. I've never heard those words thrown together before in my life before you said it, and it made so much sense the minute I fucking heard it. I loved it. Again, it's one of those songs where like you just feel this malevolence while it's playing. That's the best word I can use for it.
Well, how I write, man, I try to, before I even begin writing lyrics, I try to just kind of like sit in the dark in a specific atmosphere, and I try to get that weird malevolence feeling in my heart and in my chest and shit before I even write, to like push it out into the fucking verse. Well,
it's there.
Now I just sit down and fucking write here anymore, but I used to be real methodical with it. I think I'm gonna try to get back into that shit. I've just been fucking lazy.
If this is you fucking lazy, then goddamn, I can't wait to watch you fucking focused
just
again.
Focusing on bars and just trying to be more of like an actual like, rapper, as opposed to just some like whatever the fuck I am.
Whatever you are is working. I'll just say that. The next track to talk about is Blame the Music. I would like to call this what you would call a quintessential Zool track. It's gory imagery over sick ass boom bap.
How many times you wanna kill a bitch? Homie, do it. Homie, do it. At the end of the day, you can blame it on the music. At the end of the day, you can blame it on the music.
Again, this I assume, as you said, this was Bill started first, but what was your version of this track like?
I just kind of pictured myself as like being a school shooter. There's something along those lines, but like a semi like justified school shooter. You know what I mean? I always feel like in situations like that, when someone snaps, they're never really to blame. It's always life combined with their influences. You know what I mean? It's kind of how I took that verse. It's just kind of like life being shitty, then you explode, and then my influence, of course, is like dark, fucked up shit. So I'm blaming it on that, and then our listeners, in turn, if they were to do something like that, blame it on the music. Maybe we can get some fucking views out of it.
you were talking about your lisp, your speech impediment. I don't really hear it in this verse. The we know life can be too much. Smash you right into a fucking bus, bumping us. Like that is such a difficult bar to spit. Like I feel like you don't get enough credit for your ability to rap. If you'd like to
I appreciate that. I feel like I haven't really started rapping yet. Honestly, I've always been more of like it's always been more important to me about what I say as opposed to how I say it. But I think going forward, I'm gonna try to like blend it more, focus less on like story arcs and just focus more on like flow and bars.
There's a place for both, no matter how you want to approach this.
Experimental. I'll always come back to like the foundation. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the whole point of horrorcore is good story over amazing lyrics. That's why this works. That's why we're all such fucking
I'm a
fans
storyteller,
of this.
not a rapper.
So, you know, like
The next song that I want to talk about is Sold My Soul.
This is such we were just talking about it. This is the story. This is such a great storytelling track. With the breaks in between of the villain speaking. I'm imagining that's you.
It'll make you an offer, to sell your soul outright to the devil.
No, I think it's a sample from a movie.
That's a sample from a movie? Shit,
If I'm
I
not
thought
mistaken,
that was you.
I can't quite remember. I haven't heard that shit for a fucking decade at least. Or no, we performed it a couple times in recent history. That is a fucking banger.
Yeah, you have.
I love that shit, man. I feel like I was just like kind of starting to like learn how to write, like to develop bars and shit and put them into like, cause I've always been a big fan of battle rap. And, so I always wrote a lot of lyrics and shit, but I never really applied them to beats growing up. But I think that track in particular is what really helped me kind of like put my shit onto beats better. You know what I mean? Like be able to actual fucking put stories and whatever onto a beat.
You think you're better than you better be. Yeah, this shit's a destiny. Axe to the letter E. Decapitation, only way you'll be ahead of me. You're on a rollways and B's you will never see.
I love that line. Got a mouthful of lyrics. All I need's a lighter. And then you hear that sample in the background of the fucking explosion.
Unspoken poet, spirit of a writer. Got a mouthful of lyrics. All I need's a lighter.
That's so.
Yeah, I've always had those convictions, man, about having to go to fucking hell for this shit. I remember that always sticking in my head, like fucking trading your eternity for a lifetime. You know what I mean?
Well, and it's crazy because like I remember that one time when we were hanging out in front of the hotel talking about finding out how deep you really are into fucking religion and Catholicism, and like I feel like you kind of have to be like the both of you had to have come up in the system to be able to mock it.
Yeah,
so
Bill
fucking
went to
well.
Christian school as well. He went to a Catholic school. I went to one of the Holy Roller speaking tongues, fucking backflip, crazy shit schools. Fucking
that really makes sense, by the way.
Monday through Thursday was like regular school. Well, it was weird. Like I said, it was a fucking cult, man. You couldn't make noise. You couldn't even like raise your hand. We had like the class was like a giant fucking room with just nothing but cubicles in it. You had like your own cubicle, and if you wanted to speak, you had to put a fucking a certain type of flag up on your desk, and then like the brother or the sister would, and it wasn't like Mr. and Mrs., it was brother and sister would like come and talk to you and shit, but you had to like leave the room to talk. It was fucking bizarre, dude. I did enjoy it though, because like Friday you had chapel day. You only had to go to school until fucking noon, but all you did was sit in the chapel and watch all these old fucking lunatics speak in tongues and shit. And I remember thinking right then and there that shit scared me, bro. That was like demonic. I thought that they were demonically possessed, man. So around that time I found Luciferianism, and it started making a lot of sense, dude. Like a lot of sense. Seeing as how I was going to a Christian school, and those people seemed straight up demonic to me.
Right? Like, if this is what God is saying, then what's the other guy fucking saying that's so bad?
Well, Lucifer tends to speak in clear fucking English or whatever language you speak.
Yeah, right. You see, that's the thing. I love looking into other faiths and religions to see where things go. The one that I always liked the idea of Satanism, but I hate myself, so the idea of seeing myself as a god just never
I can
worked.
see that in a way that like even Christianity says the same shit. But they always got to put God first, so their shit is more like we're made in the image, you know what I mean? But either way,
Right.
Satanism, Luciferianism, or Christianity, you're connected to a God somehow, like, you know what I mean? Which also probably
Right.
is just another way for fucking human beings to separate themselves from animals in their own minds. But who knows?
Yeah, it's what tries to put us above the lower beings. But I don't know, man. If you can feel fear, you can feel anything, and I can tell that when a spider is dying, it
Well,
looks
that's what I
fucking
love
scared.
about death,
I
man.
don't
It's
like
the
killing
great
spiders because
equalizer. It's the great escape. It's going to answer every question you
right.
have, whether there's no answer at all or not. You know what I mean? Death is going to provide.
It's the ultimate
It is
humbling. It doesn't matter if you're a king or if you're a peasant, you will meet the other side. It doesn't
exactly.
matter what it is. It's really deeper than what most people think this juggalo shit can go. And I mean, that's what the root of all of this is juggalo shit. And like, I really admire guys like you and like Low-Key and the way you found a way to bend this into what you want it to be. In the image that you're making.
Low-Key is
such
the
a
fucking master of that, man. That dude is he's the GOAT, bro.
oh yeah.
There's no other way to say it. All the things he's done, all the times he's reinvented himself. I was thinking about it the other day, man. Like, I truly love that guy. And honestly, there probably really wouldn't be a Alla Xul Elu today if we didn't have Loke come down and do a show with us back in the days, man. Like that. It did so much good for me and Bill, for sure.
Another track I want to talk about. We have a few more to get through. Highway to Hell. The last verse that you deliver on this might be your coldest fucking verse that you've ever performed. Just bar fucking none. The fucking getting followed by Jehovah's Witness to the imagery of the fire trails heading back to the future. Like, I could break it down bar for bar, but you know the fucking lines. It's so fucking cool. The metaphors and the slant rhymes that you use, like heading toward the crosswalk. Get it? I giggle every time I hear that.
I'm possessed, y'all know the symptoms. Being followed by Jehovah's Witness. He said I need saved, I need grace and light. Well, surprise, motherfucker never take me alive. I'm in a stolen ride, pushing a $5 on a highway to hell when I can't even fucking drive. To hell with bullets, die of fire, twist the metal, push the pedal, test your metal, fin the rebel with the devil. Forecasts don't lie, it's a good day to die with a high chance of death, little chance to survive. Hostile, scornful of awful about the burst, man. Spread the gospel full throttle in the church van, headed toward a crosswalk. Get it with my eyes on the sky like I just heard God talk. But Satan said a snake headed like Medusa, fire drugs behind me like I'm headed back to the future.
That verse was it changed everything. I think that was the first time I ever wrote and recorded something, and I heard it, and I was like, God damn, I can't believe that's me. Because I've always been that kind of guy. Like, I've never really been real, like, up on myself. You know what I mean? I'm always kind of down on myself. Fucking, that shit, bro. That's a fucking banger. I fucking love that verse, man. I truly do. And it was, huge for me because, like I said, that was one of the first times I was ever like, God damn, I can really do this. I'm not a bum.
The imagery, like I can see it plain as day in my head. I can see you standing in the middle of the road with the fire trails behind you.
Well, that's how I write, man. Everything's a movie in my head. I got to like make it rhyme. You know what I mean?
That's fucking crazy. I've never heard anybody say it like that. So no matter the verse, no matter what it is in your head, you see it from the point of view of like a horror movie.
Yeah, I create characters and I create story arcs, and I just go from there. Like I got three different personalities that I write under. We got Joe Black, which is like 95% of my work in Alla Xul, but we got Necronomicon Clown and Holy Horror too. I write like verses specific, like the shit on Mausoleum, the Deadline. Like I wrote that verse as Necronomicon Clown.
The last song, well, it's technically two songs, and it's skits in between, so we're gonna go all the way from there. So we're gonna go at Fallen. Man, I know that you were trying to make a sad song, but this transcends just being sad. It is soul wrenching. The lyrics that you and Bill bring to this, the I'm as near as to God as a demon sniffing angel dust.
I'm losing my mind by the sound of it, but is it even mine if I'm out of it? I am but a king with a crown of shit. I smile and admit that I'm proud of it. I'm as near to God as a demon sniffing angel dust. But what is evil with the devil was an angel once.
What the fuck is that?
Well, it means I'm really high, but I'm no closer to God than I was before I got high. You know what I mean?
What were you going for? Like the when you started putting this on paper, like what was your intention?
Probably some attempt at like forgiveness from God.
Did you know that this was going to be the last track of the album?
Probably. I can't say for sure at this point, but yeah, I'd say so.
The hook, did you write that? Who writes most of the hooks? Is that a you thing? Is that a Bill thing?
Nah,
Like,
Bill writes most of the hooks. I don't really like. I'm just now starting to really like kind of fuck around. I don't know. Ever since I've always been doing this shit, I sit down, I start with the verse. You know what I mean, and then I go from there. I guess that's backwards. So here now, I'm starting to like fuck around with hooks and shit a lot more. I wrote a few hooks, but not a lot of them. Bill's definitely the hook master.
before we get to the last track, the skit, what the fuck was that, man? How did you guys come up with that shit?
Which one? The AIDS one?
Yeah, the AIDS one.
Try the AIDS reducing plan. Delicious tasting AIDS candy contains vitamins and minerals, no drugs. Taken with a hot drink before meals, AIDS helps you curb your appetite. You eat less because you want less, so you lose weight naturally. Thousands of men and women have lost weight on the AIDS plan.
I used to not have any teeth, and then I got AIDS. I still don't have any teeth, but I got AIDS.
Dude, I spent a lot of time just getting crazy high, just watching random like Telemundo and just old ass shit. And I came across the fucking actual commercial about weight loss candy called AIDS.
Get the fuck out.
Candy. And I'm not gaining weight. I'm losing weight deliciously with the aid of AIDS. The AIDS diet plan really works.
AIDS candy contains a safe and effective appetite suppressant when used as directed.
We just kind of like modified that a little bit. And we do that. I remember saying something about, have you traded AIDS for sex yet or some shit?
Yeah,
But,
yeah.
yeah, that was a legitimate commercial, dude.
The one that always gets me is fuck Ovaltine, put eggs in a blender.
Yeah, I was in a lot happier of a dude back then for sure. That was my body is just like fucking, it's condemned now. I'm not so happy no more.
No, trust me. I said it before we got started, man. If I knew I was gonna have to be in this fucking body so long, I might have took better care of it.
Yeah, fuck that. I ain't trying to fucking. I've already outlived my expiration date, bro. For sure.
Kinda, right? Like, I don't want to bring it down or nothing, but like when your goal is to be dead by 21 and you make it to 41, is that failure or success?
I know, and I'm already like anticipating getting cancer and having to like defend myself to fucking cunts on the internet talking shit. That's why I was like, if I got nut cancer, I don't give a fuck. Suck my bloody nuts. It's not lung cancer, motherfucker. I didn't get fucking nut cancer from smoking cigarettes. I'm so tired of people crying about cigarettes. Motherfucker, I want to die. What do you think I'm fucking spending $12 a fucking pack for? You're going to be a skeleton in the fucking dirt no matter how many goddamn carrots you eat, Karen. I don't give a fuck.
The last song to talk about is Odd Squad. And the whole time we've been cutting up and cracking up and giggling, that's what this song is. That is you and Bill just fucking around, and you could hear it in some of the bars and shit.
Me, I'm a weed brain, THC veins. I'm pumping lovely, buddy. Tell me on the seas taste. Some like the nice way. Me, I choose the mean way. I touch my nuts and everything is speedway. You can suck my dick. I'm a prick asshole bastard. It's only natural. I laugh at disasters. I pray with a pastor. Practice black magic after I'm on acid in my attic. Bumping Black Sabbath backwards.
Well, I can tell you this. If I was to touch my nuts and then something to speedway now, I'm definitely going to fucking jail. They're going to follow the blood trail back to my crib. They're going to fucking get me. But yeah, that goes back to the balancing shit. You know what I mean? You just gotta have plenty shit with the horror shit. You gotta have you gotta mix it all. We want records to be an amalgamation of emotions, a fucking roller coaster. You know what I mean?
What made you guys decide to hide that all hidden track style?
I don't even fucking know, but I'm glad he did. It was a good call. How long ago was this album? I don't even know. Like, what? Fucking how long ago did this shit come out?
I remember when I asked you about this, you was like, I don't know if I'm going to be able to remember. And I was like, just smack your brain like an old TV. We'll make it work. And I'm telling you, dog.
The pain pills I'm on are actually making me fucking remember things a little bit better than normal right now. I'm not on weed. I'm on fucking hospital drugs. So
there's a reason why they cost so much on the street.
I do like them, for sure.
That's the problem. Everybody fucking likes them.
Well, I like them so much, I took a fucking mallet to my dick. So
Oh yeah, that's what it was.
Yeah.
That's what it was. It wasn't like an actual internal accident. You needed a fix.
That and I haven't cleaned the Milkmaster since the fucking 80s, so I might have a bacterial infection. Who fucking knows?
The last few things I want to ask you. What is your favorite song on the album?
Shit, man, I don't know. Probably When the Clock Strikes Midnight.
Yeah, that is got a lot of songs in my head.
Yeah.
When the clock strikes midnight, brave and I can dig it sort of way. Take a trip to the cemetery. Take a trip to the cemetery.
Okay, since we're here, that was one of the ones I wanted to put on my fucking list. It was so hard to not put that on the list of shit I want to talk about.
I gotta
since
warn
you did,
you.
we fucking will.
I gotta warn you, if you ask about the inspirations for that shit, it's a dark, fucking sad story.
If you feel like sharing it, that's on you. But the question I did want to ask, that skit in the beginning, what fucking movie is that from?
Don't yell, I already filed them down.
Because I know horror movies, but I can't fucking pinpoint that
I
one.
can tell you exactly because fucking one of the things that I did on that record was I was like in charge of the samples. I remember this sitting down and watching a million fucking movies, and that was from Rosemary's Baby.
I didn't want to miss baby night.
You.
And a couple of
While I
my
was
nails were
out?
ragged, and it was kind of fun in a necrophile sort of way.
Holy shit, I've never actually watched that movie. That's why I don't fucking know.
What? Yo,
Yeah, man,
interview's fucking over. What? I lost 96% of the respect that I have for you. What the fuck did you just say to me? You've probably seen the fucking remake, haven't you?
No, fuck no.
I'm just
I didn't know it
fucking
was
with
that.
you, dude.
I didn't know it was that good. Roman Polanski. I didn't think it was that good.
Hey,
I've seen
he's a fucking
Suspiria and shit
creep.
like that.
I know, but I don't give a fuck. He is one of the fucking. When it comes to occult horror, Roman Polanski is God. I don't give a fuck.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I know the premises, but I've never actually seen the movie. No, that's cool though. Now I'm gonna have to go and watch that. I got some homework.
Third favorite. It's up there with The Exorcist for me, man, and Evil Dead and The Omen.
I've seen those.
Yeah,
I've definitely seen those.
Rosemary's Baby is fucking impeccable. I cannot suck its dick enough. I could suck its dick until it bleeds, if you know what I'm saying.
If you could go back in time now, what would you tell Joe then recording that would keep him going? If you could tell him anything, one fact from the future that would give him reason to, live at least hard enough to make it here.
Stay in school, pay attention. That way, rap don't have to be your only fucking options. I would definitely tell my fucking past self options. Pay attention to fucking school. No, I'm just joking. Recording wise, I would definitely tell myself to not take shit so serious and I'm dope, and to not sit around feeling like I'm not dope all the fucking time. I had a real hard time back then, like getting back into music and just feeling inadequate. You know what I mean? Because shit had changed so much from when we were like had a little buzz going and we were like actually in the shit in the thick of it, to like stopping and then fast forward and the head of horns. Like, man, that was a big leap to do nothing and to just jump right in the game like that. So I definitely second guessed every fucking thing I did, which made writing or getting shit done take way fucking longer than it should have. But now I sit down, I fucking write a verse, and if it's not good enough, if you don't think it's good enough, suck my bloody dick.
Hey, you can add that to your verses now.
Oh, I'm going to. This shit, I'm joking around about it and shit now, but when it was happening, bro, I got PTSD I don't want to bust a nut. As a matter of fact, another fucking funny story I didn't elaborate on. The doctor pretty much told me, he was like, look, I ain't gonna tell you to ruin no socks, but you need to get some condoms and you need to bust nuts in those and like investigate your shit, because this is pretty serious and yada yada yada. So I did that, and like I'm like fucking jacking off, right? And I ain't busting a nut in like 4 days, so I'm like fucking ready to pop. And I'm like, the closer it gets, the more apprehension I'm starting to fucking feel and anxiety, because I know I'm about to bust a fucking rusty blood nut, and that's gonna make me feel bad when I see it. Fucking So, like, the closer I get, I'm starting to, like, fucking fight it. I'm like, maybe I shouldn't do this, but I'm almost there. Oh, fuck. It was, like, the worst fucking jack-off session I ever fucking had. And, like, it's like, as you bust a nut as a man, you like to give that squeeze. You don't stop jacking off the second you bust a nut, or, like, right before you do, Well, this time I had to. So I'm like, I take my hand off, and I'm, like, standing up at this point, like, oh, fucking hurry up, get out of me. I'm just like fucking screaming with like my hands in the air, looking at my fucking dick. Yeah, it was a fucking experience. But yeah, it was still bloody.
I got to tell you, man, if you'd have told me that this is what we were going to talk about today, I would have not fucking
Well, yeah, if
believed
you
you
would
for
have
a
told me
second.
2 weeks ago that I'd be coming into a fucking condom and dumping it into my fucking sink and then passing out from the contents, I'd have been like, nah. But here we fucking are.
Here we fucking are. It's a strange motherfucking world. Man, I cannot thank you enough. This is like, I don't want to fanboy, but I'm gonna. I have been dreaming about this since the first time I heard you guys live. I've been thinking about a platform where I could talk to one of you, three of you, whatever. So I am so fucking grateful that you sat down and shared all of this shit with me.
I'm down to do it again for my perspectives on Church Azul, actually.
I would love to do that. Church Azul to me feels like the DLC for the Almighty.
That's exactly what it was. But I wrote
It's fucking
all my shit was like from the perspective of holy horror on that shit. So fucking, I would like to elaborate on that a little bit.
Oh, we're definitely doing that. I plan on having multiple seasons of this, and I will definitely have you fucking on for that. This is, like I said, man, this has been nothing but a fucking pleasure. Thank you so fucking much. Till next time, I have been Fatz King. That was Joe Black's Bloody Nutsack. Thank you so much.
What's crazy is my bloody nutsack actually ties into a fucking future song, ironically. I can't talk too much about it yet because it's not out. But unfucking fortunately, I have a bunch of bloody. Oh my god, I didn't even think about that until just. I'm gonna fucking curse myself.
You cursed yourself.
Holy
You
shit.
fucking cursed yourself. And that is where we are gonna hit end recording.
Dude, I'm like, that's profound. I'm actually like fucking mind blown right now, dude.